How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
I know, same here. How is everybody doing? Hi, guys. How you guys doing?
So we're like having a lot of people already. That's excellent.
Yes, I see. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. How is quarantine life on your end?
And I am not used to being still. I feel like I don't know if it's like fatigue syndrome or what, but I've been sleeping a lot.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's bad.
but I
It's
guess that's what we needed. So it works.
yes.
It works. So I want you to please introduce yourself to everyone and tell
Okay.
what your business is and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Denise Grant. I run Hack Tack Events by Denise A. Grant. I am an event planning company and I specialize in custom cakes and treats. So we are a full event planning service. We do weddings, we do special occasions, we do intimate occasions,
Yeah.
but we also will be able to provide all of your dessert needs for your occasion.
That's amazing. So when I looked at your website, I'm like, what? Tell me, what did you start doing first? Was it events and then you went into the bakery, into the baked goods? What was first?
The baked goods were first.
Wow.
The baked goods started 9 years ago, and everyone can thank my little one for that. My goal was to make his first birthday cake,
Yeah.
and it spiraled into this amazing business that I have now. And
Wow.
we create all types of cakes and treats. We do our custom desserts. We do cake pops, cupcakes, Rice Krispies, cookies,
Wow.
cake jars, which everyone saw that I'm selling this weekend. Trying to be Rona ready for everyone who needs a sweet. Yes.
Exactly. So
So,
well, with business, we start at one place and then the market or your clients need a demand for something. So is that what happened? Like you had an event and someone was specifically asking for a planner in addition to the baked goods. Is that how you went into it?
you know what? As I was doing the cakes, I ended up doing a lot of decors because then cakes turned into cake tables that needed to be fancy, and
Right.
cake tables turned into floral arrangements that need to be on cake tables, and then little setups turned into bigger setups. And then I was just like, hey, I could do this. Why
Yeah,
the heck not?
exactly. Exactly. So I have like a whole 3 pages worth of stuff. And
Good.
we're all very this is like unprecedented times as far as
Yeah.
social and this whole social distancing, this new term. And when we DM'd each other, you wanted to speak specifically about how to have an intimate home gathering and what that looks like and what
Yes.
in order to accomplish that. So I know that many people are like, my daughter's seventh birthday is coming up on April 11th, and I'm sitting here stuck like, what do we do?
I actually have a client for April 6th, and she was like, I still want my cake, but I want it for 3. And I'm like, okay. People are still needing to celebrate. We are supposed to be less than 10. We are supposed to be quarantined, but there are still occasions happening. There are anniversaries, there are birthdays, so there are small, intimate things that we can do. We can create mini cakes. We can do ready balloon garlands that I can drop at your door and tell you how to hang it, and you can hang it yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
How to set your tables really pretty, a lot of candles, because right now the floral market is very down unless you can get to like a supermarket that does flowers. So,
right.
candles and things like that, because, essential stores like Walmart are still open. So you can get things like that in Walmart,
Exactly.
to make your evening intimate and special.
Right.
So that's something that, I said to myself, we have to really try to figure out how to survive this quarantine. Because if you sit here in your house all day, you're going to drive yourself insane.
I'm at like, as entrepreneurs, people are creating the demand for what people want because there are so many e-conferences, there are so many
Hmm.
that are putting out quality content right now because they know people are watching. And
And
I
this is the time. It's the absolute time. We can't move. So the best thing to do right now is learn. Knowledge is key. It's the best time to grow your brand. It's the best time to strategize. It's the best
Yeah.
time to work on your marketing, work on your website, work on your proposals, because when we hit the ground running, people are going to need help.
Immediately. It's going to be
Immediate help,
no time for trying to get it together at the end.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
this is the time to get all those things together so that when they say all clear, go ahead,
Right.
we're ready,
Right.
to be a part of that rat race, because it's going to be a serious rat race when we get
Exactly.
back to it.
Exactly. So I went, because, I don't do a lot of like video conferencing. So I went to do some research on like what platforms there were video where you can talk to more than 2 or 3 people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp. But I found Skype, of course, Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
what's this other one? Google Hangouts. And I feel like they took Google Hangout off and then put it back. But I saw that they had up to like 10 or 12 people that can conference in at a time. So you can still do the whole birthday or whatever celebration.
Yeah, no, there are people still. I
Yeah.
think today on the news they said for that teacher that passed away, they're doing the candlelight vigil via
Wow.
Zoom. Yeah, in
Yeah.
New York. Yeah, they're doing
Wow.
the vigil for her via Zoom for everyone to be able to
That's
participate.
amazing.
So
That's,
there are still, the good news about us being in the era that we're in modern technology is that we can find a way.
yeah.
We can find a way. It's not like we can't, unfortunately we have to stay home. We have to be in our homes, but we can find a way to see each other and, still look at
Mm-hmm.
each other's faces and, spend time until we can get back to the time of hanging out with each other again.
Exactly. I,
Yeah.
I was thinking about like marketing activities that we can do during this time because like you said, we're home, we have time to do research, things that we may or may not have done prior to this self-containment. And the idea of spending this time to build your brand and doing the behind the scenes
Yep.
stuff, like critical for when, everything is back to normal. And the first thing that I saw was just people being visual and in front of your audience. I follow, a lot of people, and I'm noticing that very few people are actually doing lives. Very few people are actually doing the videos to capture people's attention. And that's how do you feel about, what you feel like people should be doing as far as the marketing, the video marketing?
Well, the video marketing, you have to find creative ways, because you see one video, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
Like I did one on Monday with my son because, I'm a mom and I know there were a lot of parents home being driven crazy by this homeschool. So I'm like, okay, we have to find a quick activity that'll be fun, no bake, that we can do together to give them something to do. So I did that with my son, and it actually had a lot of great reviews. A lot of people were like, oh, wow, we didn't think, our no bake products, we could do something like this and give them something to do that'll give us a break from them being in front of us all day. So you have to be creative. And this is the time to think outside the box with your marketing. Like,
Yeah.
What things do you want to do? How do you want to grow your business? What's the next step?
Right.
These are those moments to write those down and find those niches for yourself and then move on them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Move on them. Nothing is going to hurt you. The most people can do is just not look at it. But
Yeah.
trust me, somebody's looking at it. Someone is looking at it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if one person looks at it. But then if it doesn't work, you find a way to tweak it so that it does work for the next time.
Exactly.
It's all about
just doing it.
yeah, and at this point, this is all we can do.
Right.
These are the things we should be doing. We're small businesses. We are the market for a lot of events and branding and things like that. One, we need to be relying on each other for things now.
Exactly.
Because going to a large name corporations are fine. We need each other at this point in these moments. Rely. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw somebody that said that, they see a lot of people marketing to their audience, but they're being too salesy and pitchy, right? Because people are trying to fill in that gap for the money that they've lost,
Yes.
especially people that are in this special events industry. How do you feel about people who are creating new products for this whole coronavirus?
If you're creating a product that's a long lasting product, I think great. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think you should be stuck in one thing. If I was stuck in just cakes, I wouldn't be as far as I am today. You
Right.
know, if I was stuck with just thinking about doing cupcakes, I wouldn't know how to do certain things. This is
Yeah.
the time to think differently in
Mm-hmm.
order to grow and maximize your business and to still stay relevant. Because
Yeah.
depending on how long this is, some of us may phase out.
It's true. And that's
It's
a oh,
unfortunate. It's a very scary thought, and that's one of the things that a lot of the news media, like Channel 11, and I saw Dan on here earlier. So hi, thank you so much. That's one of the things that they're highlighting is that small businesses need to, you know, do things to stay relevant, because if not, and you stay quiet and you don't think outside, find different ways, you're going to phase out. And we don't want that. That's not what we got into business
right.
for. So if you create something
Exactly.
for this moment that can be long term and long lasting, absolutely go for it. For me, the funny thing is,
Do it.
cake jars I did 8 years ago, and no one really bought them. They weren't that popular, but they're perfect now because it's cake, it's in a jar, I can deliver
Yeah.
it, it's contained,
Ex-
it's corona friendly, it's not, but again, it's something I did years ago that no one paid attention to.
right.
I think
Exactly.
but now it makes perfect sense to have those.
Exactly. It's like reinventing the wheel to meet the demand for what's happening now.
Absolutely.
Um, so a lot of times I go to people's website, or not even websites, I go to people's Instagrams and then I'm expecting to see a website. How do you feel about businesses who call themselves, reliable businesses that don't have websites? Is it important, or do you feel like you can do other things besides having that online presence with a website?
So I'll be honest with you, I just put my website together this year, and I've been in business eight
Yeah.
years. But you know
Yeah.
what? It takes time. It takes
Yes.
time. And if you can market yourself digitally on social media, because not for nothing, this social media world, it's by storm. I get a
Yes.
lot of my clientele just off Instagram alone. If you can learn how to maneuver your social media and have separate social medias, like your personal and your business page should not be the same thing. Like,
Exactly.
going to Disney World with your kid and a cake order the next day should not, you have to separate the two. That
Yeah.
way you look professional, because a lot of that is a look. And then,
Right.
some of the times it's a lot about affordance. So a lot of people right now, can't afford a website. Like, I'm blessed to have a great
Right.
graphic artist, and, she doesn't charge me a lot. And if you can tie with some people and get some great things happening, and you guys can get some good motivation together and some good content together, and you can create without it being a lot of money on you,
Right.
absolutely. So,
Exactly.
and I was fortunate to have that. So, not a lot of people have that.
It's
So,
true.
and
It's
that's the thing. And I think that's what hinders a lot of people from doing things,
is
is they don't have the resources or the people that'll work with them throughout. There are some people who won't take a payment plan, but they want $1,200.
yeah.
Where do you want me to get rent money from to give you a website right now?
Right. Right. And then
They're
to the
just
point, most people they're coming to social media first to shop, so they may not
absolutely.
go to a website.
That's true. But a website is definitely good, because there are those old school clients who don't do social media
Right.
and would like to see all of your work, not in this little, what I call Instagram box. That doesn't show the entire thing, or doesn't show the real beauty, doesn't explain who you
Exactly.
are. You can't really give your affiliations and your testimonials on social media. So there are certain things, if you're building your brand into a larger thing, and you want to grow and you want to soar, that you have to do. A website is one of them. And
Right.
I learned that with my rebranding this year. So I did a lot of rebranding for 2020. So I
Talk
made sure
about,
my
so when
yes.
rebranding, what is it that you wanted to convey differently?
So everyone knew me for cakes and everyone knew me for events, but I also do weddings.
Uh,
And when my brides come through, I want them to see like a look of elegance,
right.
because no bride wants to, oh, you cute, you do little parties.
Yeah.
They're looking for that prestige and that elegance, and I wanted my brand to convey that.
Gotcha.
So I decided last year that I needed to rebrand. I needed my logo to have a certain look. I needed my website to convey that look that goes along with my logo. Everything needed to have true elegance in it, and, and just be like a whole new meaning
Exactly.
towards it. Mission statement's still the same. We still provide the very best all the way around for all of my events. But in order for growth, you have to do that. I have corporate clients that when they look at my website, because I'm sending out these corporate proposals, people don't get this twisted. We doing work over here.
Yeah.
So when those people look at my website, I want them to be like, okay, we can use her. We can work with her. And
Right.
the funny thing is, everything is visual first.
Yes.
Everything is visual first. The naked eye is going to draw a person in. Word of mouth is great, but then when the visual comes,
Exactly.
it ties in everything.
And that seals the deal.
Yep, absolutely.
How do you stay ahead of the competition? So first of all, are you in New Jersey, New York location?
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm in New Jersey. I do have a commercial space in New Jersey that I
Yes.
bake in, and I do my event planning from my home. I
Okay.
am eventually going to be doing it from an office where I do my consultations, and I'm working on that. Rona kind of put
Ooh,
that back into the home area.
because
Yes.
that's super scary, right? So you especially during a time like this because you have to pay rent and you're doing
Listen.
it already, and it's like, what is where do you have to be financially in your sales in order for you to say, okay, I can go out and step out of home. Now I understand the kitchen, because that is, you need that commercial space, but to have like an office that's outside of the home,
Mm-hmm.
why did you feel like now you need to move outside of the home for that?
So on top of this, I used to be in corporate America, and last year I took the leap of faith. So
Yo,
I
congratulations.
thank you so much. So I am now full entrepreneur in my business. And when
Yeah.
I rebranded, that's the next thing. When people go to consultations, you don't want someone in your home. You want
Right.
to provide them a space that's professional yet
Right.
elegant at the same time. It's all about the look. It will
Yeah.
take time. You know what I mean? I'm not telling anybody today, jump out your box, because I
Yeah.
surely did not. Like I said, I've been in business a number of years. It took some time for me to do these things in baby steps. I had to
Yeah.
be comfortable within myself to say, okay, it's time, and,
Yeah.
take that leap of faith. Financially, you have to make sure you can still maintain
Yeah.
yourself before you go and do that. And there are ways to do that. You don't have to have an office that you're paying monthly. There are co-working spaces. If you need a space once a week, you can get an office once a week.
Right.
You go by appointment, you pay per appointment. Like my kitchen space is, I pay per use. I don't pay on a monthly basis. I call her and I tell her when I need to come, and I need to use the kitchen, and I pay
Right.
her at that time.
I
There
see.
are those options. You just have to do your research.
Of
And
course.
the same thing with the consultation space. And then that also, if you're growing your business, gives you a business address. It gives you
Hmm.
leverage, because
Yes.
that's the next thing too. In order to be a legit business, you have to separate your home and your business in order
Yeah.
to be able to get revenue and credit and collateral for your business. You have to have a legit business address. And these
Right.
are ways, until you can secure your own space full time, that you can do that.
I love that. I love that. I actually, with American Express, they gave us a year of WeWorks. So
Yes.
intern was here with me last year for 4 months. It just worked perfectly, and of course, you get your mailing address. She
Yep.
hot desk, I think that's what it was called. But then
Mm-hmm.
did a space to meet. We reserved the space, and I think it was like $25 additional for per use. But it gives that professional look to your overall business.
Absolutely. And it gives you that leverage that you're going to need to grow your business. You know,
Exactly.
every time. So for me, I set a goal different for myself every year. And with
Hmm.
this rebranding, the professionalism and the extra, look and collateral was what I was going for to start with. So
Right.
that's why I decided that this year, you have to set aside the time and the finances to do these things. You're not
Mhm.
in business just to play, you're in business to grow. And in
Exactly.
order to grow, you've got to do.
Exactly. And then step out of your comfort zone.
Oh, yes. I've had that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about this bounce back. So that's where I'm at right now. Like
Oh,
all
yes.
in my head, because I haven't written anything down yet, has been about bouncing back. Like it went from me making 5 figures a month to zero. And I'm just like, what the hell? And
Mm-hmm.
a week. And so I'm imagining, I'm from home, I'm working from home. I'm imagining that so many people who have a space, who have a physical location, who have, like you said, have taken a leap outside of their 9 to 5 and is doing this full time. Like
Yeah.
thinking, like, what are they doing? Because this is scary as hell. And you really don't, like, we're not in control.
No.
So how do you at this point say to yourself, what's the next step? How do you prepare for your bounce back? Like what kind of things should you be doing now to prepare for that bounce back in, let's say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, whatever the timeline is that they give us?
Well, the good news is people are still planning events. I had someone call me about a party in July. You
Oh,
know,
great.
my weddings are still booked. You know, they've just been moved. And that's another issue that we're going to have with overbooking and overflow due to all
Yes.
this movement. That's going to be something that,
Five
but you know what?
weekends in a month, right?
Everybody be thankful for this overflow. Don't look this gift horse in the mouth, because that's just money coming. You gotta
Yeah,
be grateful for what you know is coming, because it could be nothing.
it's
So I'm not even gonna complain about this overflow. We're gonna work it out.
yeah,
And this
yeah,
is when, you know, not to change the subject, but this is when you get dope frienders and vendors and people that can assist you with this overflow, and you
yes.
guys can, you know, hand off to each other to work it out. So, you know, that's something to put in. But that's another thing. Think of the people that can help you when
Mm-hmm.
it's time to get back to
Yeah,
business, because you're
yeah,
not going to be able to do it all. And you want to have reliable people that you can say, hey, I can't do this cake order. Can I pass this on to you? And if you need
right,
anything, let me know. You know what I
right,
mean? You want to
right.
be able to have that list of people that if you need
Mm-hmm.
help and assistance, you can say, hey, I can't take this client, but I'm gonna give her to you because
Right,
I can't. And then if the client already gave you a deposit, you guys work it out amongst yourself. And then say to
exactly.
the client, hey, I can't do it, but my friend who is just
Yeah,
as good as me is going to take care of you, and she's taking care of you at the price I agreed on. So you don't
exactly,
have to worry about me taking
exactly,
anything else out your pocket other than what we already discussed, because you
exactly.
want to keep your client, you know,
Yes.
and the
Yeah.
client is always going to be happy that you've worked it out on their behalf. They
Right.
don't have to do anything but just keep moving to the next person, and then
Yeah.
they'll come back to you.
Yeah.
And then if that's a good vendor and a friend, they're going to make sure the person goes back to you. And
Yeah.
you're going to make sure someone goes to them. And it's going to, you know, the circle will continue to go on and on. So, you know, that's the one thing people should do right now. Get your list of people together that you know you can trust and rely on to, you know, if you need to help with the overflow, go to.
Yeah.
You know, get your marketing strategies up, because I know for weddings, there are going to be people that don't have venue spaces. There are going to be people that need cakes. There are going to be people that need florists. Get
Right.
that, get that market together for yourself. Get those deals ready, because people are going to unfortunately lose money,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, there are some venues that'll refund you. There are some venues that'll credit you. And there are some venues that can't do anything about it because unfortunately they have overhead. There's nothing we can do. It's a hard situation right now for everyone involved, you know,
Exactly.
and I hope everyone has that understanding when the time comes that the
Hmm.
accommodation may not be there. And, but, you know, there are people that are willing to help.
Yes.
So, you
Yes.
know, get your marketing plans together, get your what I'm calling Rona deals. Get
Yeah.
your Rona deals in place.
Right.
You know, get your frienders who you can say, hey, if I have too many clients, can I pass this one on to you? And, you know, let me know if I can take anyone off your hands. And, you know, this is the price she gave me. Is that okay for you? Can we work it out? You know, because everyone wants to help. It only is going to benefit all of us in business to help and support each other.
Exactly. Exactly. And understand that, this whole idea of competition, it's almost like you can't really start at a competitive conversation because everybody, like you said, is in the same
The
situation.
same boat. Listen,
Yeah.
right now, God has put us all on the same Noah's Ark. It is not, there's not
Right.
one person that
Right.
is not in this situation. by themselves.
Yeah.
We are all here together.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we can do is support the people that support you, link with people that you can trust, and work it out.
Yeah. It's
You know
true.
what I mean?
It's
It's a lot right now, but we're gonna bounce back.
Yeah, I say that, you know, these unique circumstances require some kind of
Hmm.
unique opportunities or unique sales or special offers, because it's, you know, there are so many, especially with the springtime, there's so many things happening as
Oh
far as
my God.
celebration.
There's still babies being born. My girlfriend just had her baby. She had to take him home and introduce him to his brother at home. And
Wow.
it's like, oh my God, like, you know, baby showers are being
Yes.
canceled and weddings and parties.
Yes,
It's a hurtful thing. And I know people are sad because celebrating is what we do best.
it's true.
But, you know, what my governor over here was saying is, you know, we are doing this now so that we can continue to celebrate.
Yeah, it's
So,
true.
you know, that's why I said, you know, we can do our at home mini celebrations, you know, little things that everyone can do. And for all our cake people and planners out there, mini cakes, cake
Yeah,
jars, cupcakes, balloon
yeah,
garlands. If you make garlands, make ready made balloon garlands, sell them at a discount. Because right now, everyone is trying to hold on to whatever they have left because jobs are non existent
yeah.
too. So, you
And they
know,
say is a new uh
yeah.
of what they said before, so it's true. It's
Oh my
true.
God, it's so bad. The daily. I had to stop watching the news this morning. I
Right.
did because, you know, now New York, New Jersey, Connecticut has become the epicenter.
Yes.
So, you know, it's so much surrounding us that it's so bad. And
Yeah.
then they were showing the police this morning driving through Prospect Park telling people stay 6 feet apart. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to stay 6 feet apart.
But see, I live in Sussex County, New Jersey, way west. It's like
Yes.
a regular, like it's a regular, it's
It's
everything is,
a yeah.
no, it's just like, okay, people are in the park. People are in the stores that are open. Like I went to Walmart, was day before yesterday, and I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be home? And
Walmart crowded, honey, because that's the only thing, and you can get everything in Walmart.
yes.
Walmart and Target and BJ's and where you can get everything right now because you can't rely on anywhere else are going to be
Yeah.
disastrously busy. I went to BJ's yesterday to get stock because, you know, unfortunately my son eats like tomorrow's not coming. So
Right.
so I but it was controlled and it wasn't crowded. So, you know, it's starting to calm down a bit, which I am appreciating. But
Yeah.
you know, everyone still has to do their part.
Exactly. So can you give us a final word on how we should move forward? So I don't even know what day this is of quarantine in New Jersey, but let's call it day 9.
Yes.
Um, as far as moving business, what are some final words on what you should be doing as we prepare for that overflow?
Okay, so right now, well, what I'm doing, and you guys can take the suggestions, is I'm prep working, getting proposals, marketing, updating my website, getting my Instagram and social media put correctly because you know there's certain algorithms and
Yeah.
things that attract people. So these are these moments to learn all of that. Take
Right.
advantage of all these free classes that you see coming up like
Yeah.
Canva and you know real estate if you want to be a real estate agent and whatever else because you know what, there's nothing to having extra nuggets on a regular basis. Knowledge is always key.
Right.
If you can do some business right now in the middle of this, you know, still take heed to the way you're doing business. Like my kitchen is open. So I go to my kitchen once a week, I deliver once a week, and I'm not making big items. I'm making mini cakes, cupcakes, things that are easy that I can get out and get back inside within a certain window.
Okay.
So I am out on Friday to bake for 3 hours. I am out on Saturday to deliver for 3 hours.
Right.
Still do your part
Yes.
to keep yourself safe and keep your family safe and keep everyone else safe. That way you can, you know, get yourselves together. I just saw Beautiful Blake by Brina asks who can help with websites. I have a great graphic artist. She'll work with people. She's done my logo. She did my website. She did all my rebranding.
Yeah.
my digital signatures, everything. She took care of all of it.
Mhm.
She will help you. So, you know, if you guys want to inbox me, I'll give you her information. And right now she'll give you guys some great deals, and
Yeah.
she'll work with you big time. That way, you can get yourself started, because, you know, this is the time. If you can get it done, if you can get a payment plan worked out and things like that, that's affordable to you at the moment to get things started for yourself, definitely do that, because we will hit the ground running. We will. It will pick up again, and it will get started, and you'll be able to afford it. But while you're on this downtime, you'll be in a better place.
It's true. It's true. I thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
I'm always amazed at how resilient people are and just being inventive, like when times require it. And when I went to your Instagram, I'm just like, she got it.
I'm trying, girl. Thank you. I'm trying.
Yeah. So I appreciate you so
No.
much to chat with me and have a wonderful, wonderful
No, absolutely. You too. You too. And if you know you need anything, of course, and I
thank
will
you.
call upon you. You're welcome.
Of course, of course. All right. Have
All
a
right.
wonderful
You
Wednesday.
too, love. Bye,
All righty. Bye.
guys.